Hey guys, Tech Jazz here. If you've ever been out on the road, traveling for business, or maybe even in school, you know the struggle of needing to print something at the most inconvenient times. Whether it's a business contract, a report due the next morning, or even something simple like a checklist, finding a nearby printer is always a headache. That's exactly where the POLONO D810 portable thermal printer comes into play. And what makes this one interesting is that it's not just portable, it's also inkless. That means no cartridges, no messy refills, and no unexpected trips to the store when you run out of ink. So today, let's talk about what this device is, how it works, and whether it might actually fit into your everyday workflow. The first thing you notice about the D810 is its size. This is a really compact piece of tech. It weighs just around 1.17 pounds and has dimensions of about 12.9 inches long, 3.3 inches wide, and 3.1 inches tall. To put that in perspective, it's basically the length of a sheet of paper but just a few inches tall. That means you can literally throw it in your backpack, slide it under your car seat, or just leave it on your desk without it taking up any real space. And because of that lightweight build, it actually feels like something you'd realistically bring with you rather than a bulky machine that you leave at home. Now let's talk about how it works. This is a thermal printer, which means instead of spraying ink onto paper like your traditional inkjet, it uses heat on special thermal paper. That's why it doesn't need any ink cartridges at all. The advantage here is cost and convenience. You're not buying ink every couple of months, you're not worrying about clogged print heads, and the prints come out instantly. The trade-off, of course, is that it only prints in black and white. But for a lot of scenarios, business documents, contracts, lists, or even tattoo transfer paper, it's more than good enough. In fact, the package even comes with 20 sheets of US letter-size thermal paper right out of the box. The POLONO D810 is compatible with both US letter and A4 thermal paper, which are the two most common paper sizes you'd need. There's actually a little switch near the paper entry that lets you adjust for the size you're using. Push it up for US letter at 216mm and down for A4 at 210mm. It's a small detail but necessary if you don't want to run into alignment issues. And speaking of paper handling, the max capacity is 20 sheets at once, which isn't a lot compared to a big office printer. But considering the use case here, on-the-go printing, it makes sense. When it comes to actual print quality, I have to say it's surprisingly sharp. Thermal printing has come a long way, and POLONO is using a fairly advanced direct thermal technology here. The result is text that looks crisp and easy to read, whether it's a formal document or something like an image or a web page. They recommend sticking to POLONO's own thermal paper for the best results, and from my testing, you can definitely see the difference in contrast when using their sheets versus cheaper alternatives. And if you're wondering about speed, it pushes out about 4 black and white pages per minute, which isn't blazing fast. But again, this is about portability and convenience, not replacing a giant office copier. Battery life is another area where this thing impressed me. On a full charge, it can run continuously for about 49 minutes, which translates to roughly 200 sheets. For something so compact, that's actually really solid. And recharging is easy with the included USB-C cable. The only catch is that there's no wall adapter in the box, so you'll need to use your own. But given how many USB-C bricks most of us already have lying around, it's not really a deal breaker. Connectivity is where you start to see the limitations, but also where it makes sense given how it's designed. If you're printing from a phone, it's super straightforward. Just download the Labelnize app, connect over Bluetooth, and you're good to go. The app supports both iOS 13 and above, and Android devices, so most modern smartphones are covered. From there, you can print PDFs, Word documents, images, and even stuff directly from the web. It's about as seamless as you'd expect for a portable printer. On the PC side, things are slightly different. While you can connect via USB, Bluetooth printing is not supported for computers. So yes, you will need that cable connection if you're trying to print from Windows or a Mac. And if you're using a Chromebook, you're out of luck altogether, as